Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about my thoughts on the latest patch, which is the Will of Iron patch, which came with the Destroyer 3rd spec, as well as Hangar 0, and auto fishing, and the whole shebang. And basically, I feel like this patch is great overall. However, there are a lot of underlying things that kind of killed the game for a lot of players. So we'll talk about the good and the bad. So first of all, let's focus on the good. The good is the auto fishing. Auto fishing is amazing. For all new players, if you need materials, if you need whatever, just do auto fishing and you're good to go. Keep in mind, you do need some sort of gold reserve in order to participate in auto fishing. If you were to use all your leisure points every single day, it would cost 150 gold. And of course, if you are swiping, you can always buy the premium bait with N coin. However, the premium bait compared to the free bait, the main difference that you're saving is time. So if time is very important for you and you don't have time to AFK from 10 to 12 hours every single day, and you only have time to AFK about like 6 hours, then the premium bait will be better than the non-premium. Other than that, the premium bait also has a slightly higher chance of getting better fish, which gives you more pearls, which allows you to buy more of those material pouches. But overall, I feel like auto fishing is a great addition to the game, even though NCSoft has ulterior motives for adding in auto fishing. I feel like at least it's benefiting the player base and it's fine. So some of you guys may be asking, what does NCSoft get out of this? Why are they adding in auto fishing and giving us such great rewards? And the reason is quite simple. The reason is they need to make sure that their investors are happy. They need to show statistics to back up their claim that their game is growing, that their game is fine. And by having auto fishing enabled, what they can do is they can inflate their numbers very similar to what BDO does, in saying that, look, at any given time, we have more than 5,000 players online playing the game. Even though it says online and playing the game, technically it's just auto fishing. Like, these people are online, sure, but they're AFKing. But for investors, they only look at the statistics. They go, okay, before Will of the Iron patch, before our initial investment into the company, there was only like 1,000 players online at any given time. And we've increased to 5,000 now. So that clearly means that there's growth. So NCSoft is kind of playing this game by giving us incentives to stay online in order to boost their statistics. Even though it is a cheating method or an ulterior motive, but it doesn't really matter too much. I personally don't care too much as long as it's benefiting the player base, because this is actually a good thing. If NCSoft moves more towards this direction and gives us more benefits, gives us more incentives to actually play the game or actually log in and do stuff in the game, I'm all for it. So that covers fishing. The second thing is Destroyer 3rd spec. From what I understand, most destroyers are pretty happy with Destroyer 3rd spec. There haven't been too many complaints. The high ping players are actually able to deal decent damage with it, if not get higher damage than the Earth on their Shadow. And as for the low ping players, well, it's just another playstyle, another option that they can resort to if they choose to do so. So no problems there. Next up would be Trove. So they did add in Trove. The wings, the fire wings, I believe they're called the wildfire wings. I originally wanted them, but they kind of look kind of iffy. I still like the old style wings, like the carnation wings I'm wearing over here. You can see over here, boom. Yeah, I really like this backdrop, very cloudy, very nice. But we're gonna keep the camera up here as usual. But yeah, so, you know, Trove is kind of a mixed bag. I've seen one person get the bracelet on their Trove roll. So the bracelet, the soul, these, even though they added into Trove, again, it's kind of like a carrot on a stick. It's kind of just baiting you into Troving, but the actual drop rate is pretty abysmal. I would actually like NC West or NCSoft to actually give us the percentages to let us know what exactly are our chances of getting items. Like in China, it's actually stated by law that they have to let us know the percentages. So for example, for the true tiger soul, the true dragon soul, the chances of getting that on the Chinese server is 0.01%. So they actually tell you the percentages, and I would actually like to know, I'm curious myself, on the percentages on the NA server or on the EU server. Like, what exactly are our chances of getting that true tiger soul or that true dragon soul or those bracelets? So it's just another form of marketing, another form of advertisement to try to incentivize people to try to trove. As you guys know, I did not trove this time because there was simply nothing that I really needed from this trove. But you know, probably the next Trove, something might come up, or even after Trove ends, because Trove is only 2 weeks this time, we might actually get like an RNG box of some sort for the Christmas duration. So if they add something like that, I might take a look, might check it out. Again, it really depends on what my characters need. And that's how I kind of revolve whether if I do a Trove or I don't do a Trove, an RNG opening or no RNG opening. It's really based on what my characters need. So there's that. Mainly cosmetics, to be perfectly honest. But so Trove is fine, you know, it's nothing new, nothing groundbreaking. And then other than that, the rest is probably bad news. So a lot of you guys don't know if you guys don't use BNS Buddy or if you don't use XML edits, but they took away a lot of lines of code from the XML edits. And because of that, it's kind of broken a lot of classes. A very good example is the Assassin. So a lot of people who used to play Lightning Assassin, you basically can't get your lightning rods out in time, and like everything's kind of messed up. And so instead of using macros now, you have to use the simple mode. And by using simple mode, it's pretty good, to be perfectly honest, with your ratios. The only issue is if you're on high ping, it's horrible. And second of all, if you get soul burn, the simple mode messes up because you don't cast lightning rods. And so a lot of assassins are losing tons and tons of damage because of this change. However, I believe there is an XML edit floating around on the Academy on the Assassin in order to fix that issue with simple mode. But still, not being able to use your macros anymore, not being able to use your old playstyles anymore is kind of iffy. And I think it also impacted Fire Blade Masters. Sure, there aren't many Fire BMs out there anymore because most people have been switching to third spec because it's just a lot stronger, a lot more consistent. But for the Fire BMs out there, I think your Dragon Tongues got cucked pretty hard with the new XML edits. You can't attack as fast anymore. And honestly, I don't really know why they did this. The only reason I can think of is probably they wanted to make PvP a more even playing field. Because in PvP, if you had add-ons and like XML edits, you had a clear advantage over players who were just playing the game vanilla, like through the launcher and everything. You could see players further and just get like a tactical advantage as models just loaded up faster. However, in vanilla, I don't think they loaded up very fast or something. Or you don't see their attack animations or something. Something doesn't load in the vanilla version. While with the BNS Buddy or with the edited version, you're able to make things load faster, be able to see certain attacks, see certain things as they happen. But honestly, they shouldn't really have touched the code. They really should just be focusing on fixing more major issues, such as, you know, our ping, such as performance. Speaking about performance, Hangar Zero actually performs pretty well. So I'm quite happy that Hangar Zero performs very well, because with all the particle effects, all of the death zones, all these moving parts, it actually is pretty well optimized. I'm pulling like 50 to 60 FPS with all characters shown, everything on 4. So I am quite happy about that. And we're just gonna have to see at the future dungeons. I hope all the future dungeons are gonna be as optimized as Hangar Zero. And when Unreal Engine 4 comes eventually, hopefully we'll get much more solid performance across the board. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up my thoughts on this patch of Will of the Iron. If you guys have any questions or any other thoughts yourselves, please let me know in the comment section below. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, I would appreciate a subscribe. Or if you want to go the extra mile, please consider becoming a member. Speaking about members, I'd like to thank Lisette, Gonzola, Konare, Kevin, Zilantex, Overgamers, Yatogami, Arisoya, Jeremy Chen, Nyana, Prostyle, Toots McGee, Solar Hero, and Key for supporting the channel. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
What can I say except you're welcome?